I'm delighted to have you in Journalism 2121 Media Writing at Anoka Ramsey Community College. You're going to have a great time this next semester and you're going to learn a lot. You might not intend to go into a journalism career, and that's fine. I'm glad you're taking the class anyway. I can tell you that the skills that you're going to learn in this class you'll be able to apply to whatever job that you have in the future. For instance, the ability to organize information on a deadline is one that you can use in all careers and in all jobs, as is the research and information gathering techniques, which include interviewing. And above all, you're going to become more effective communicators and wiser news consumers throughout the course of this class. Some important information, with this class you're going to have due dates. You're going to have items due twice a week. Those will be due typically on Mondays and Thursdays. Sometimes those change, so you will want to always check your assignment schedule. It depends on if there are holidays and that sort of thing. The required text for this course is Reporting for the Media 9th edition. You'll also want to be reading one national newspaper, such as the New York Times or USA Today, and one state newspaper, such as the Star Tribune, the Pioneer Press, or your own local community newspaper is fine as well. It is so easy to procrastinate, especially with online classes, and I recognize that. And that is why I have set assignments that are due every Monday and Thursday, unless there's a holiday. For instance, typically on Tuesdays, you can expect to do a news summary, post to the discussion board, complete your chapter readings, and do your quizzes. On Thursdays, you'll have exercises due, discussions again. You'll get your stories done by then, post items to your blog, and comment on each other's stories and blog postings. Your writing assignments in this class will be graded both on forms, such as the mechanics, spelling, and organization, and your content, your thoroughness, creativity, insight, and depth. Be sure to spell check everything, including your discussions and your comments. You might want to write everything out in a Word document before you post to your blog or the D2L site so that you can run spell check. Students who make factual errors will be heavily downgraded on that assignment. You will want to always spell check, and when you do the exercises in your textbook, be sure to check the city directory in the back of the book. The breakdown for this class is as follows. Your stories account for 30% of your grade. You will be doing 8 of those. Your final portfolio accounts for 20%. That is a final portfolio in place of a final exam. Your blogs account for 10%, quizzes 10%, exercises 10%, news summaries 10%, comments 5%, and discussion posts 5%. There is no way to pass this class if you ignore and don't do one of those items. In some past classes I've had people who don't comment on each other's blog posts, and that does result in a failure. So you do need to be sure that you do everything in all categories for this class. We'll write a lot in this class. I'll be your editor, and I'll be available to discuss your work on an individual basis in person, by email, and by phone. Be sure to read the syllabus in detail now. You'll see that assignments creep up very quickly, and you'll fall behind if you don't plan ahead. I don't accept any late assignments in this class. You're trained to become journalists. Because reporters in the workplace must adhere to deadlines, so must you. Work ahead if you know that you're going to miss a week due to a trip, surgery, birth of a child, or other big event, whether it's your own or a close family member or friend. If you've never created a blog, well, now's the time. It is the first assignment for this class. You're going to post a variety of things on it, including the first drafts of your 8 news stories. Some weeks you're also going to write a 150 to 200 word blog on a variety of topics. And you're going to comment on 3 blogs of your fellow students. You will also be keeping a newspaper journal by posting summaries of news stories once a week on the D2L site. Under discussion, the discussion board, there is a special category called news summaries, and then there's a spot there for each week. These will be due on Mondays by midnight. Please be sure to post the link of the original news story in your summary. Write your summaries in third person and be objective. By reading news stories regularly, you'll also pick up on the writing style of journalists, so pay close attention. Seeing how others write is one of the best ways to learn. To facilitate a class discussion, we'll do two things. First, you'll comment on 3 blogs of your fellow students each Thursday that there is a new posting. Second, we will have discussions on the D2L site twice a week. The comments you make on the blogs and the discussion board will factor into your final grade. Again, remember, simply posting "this is nice" isn't adequate. I'll grade your comments on the following scale. You'll get the full 3 points if that discussion question is answered at an integrative level that shows critical thinking skills, is well written, and references your textbook reading. Please be prepared to post follow-up messages, so you won't want to just post something and never go back. You will want to go back and see what I've written and what other people have written in response to what you wrote. This will create a discussion. I'll leave the discussion board open 1 week before posts are due and 1 week after, but please make sure that your first posting is in that discussion board by the day that it is due. Otherwise, you won't receive credit for it. Please be sure to not be rude. In your discussion posts and comments, remember to speak respectfully to one another. If you have a problem with a fellow classmate, assignment, or myself as the instructor, the online discussion forum is not the place to voice that issue. Send me an email. You'll write a total of 8 stories in this class, ranging from 250 words to 5 pages. We'll start small and end big. For the beginning stories, you'll write based on information in your textbook. Then you will conduct interviews, first with people you know and later with strangers. Your final story will pull together everything you've learned this semester. You'll not only incorporate hard data, but you'll pull in information about people affected by an issue to present a comprehensive news story that is worthy of publication in a newspaper. I will look through your stories and try to get them back to you within a week. Be sure to read through those corrected stories that I post back to the Dropbox before you write another, as it will help you avoid making the same mistakes over and over. As you pick out your story topics and write your stories, keep publication in mind. Write to your intended audience, which in most cases will be your peers, unless you opt to send your works to a community newspaper. This is one of the most important things to me when it comes to this class. In this way, Journalism 2121 becomes more than a class. It will give you real-world experience, which will help you get a job later on in life. Maybe sooner than later. You'll want to learn it as quickly as possible because you'll suffer on each subsequent assignment and lose important points if you don't adhere to AP style. You'll do various exercises throughout your textbook. As this is an online class and you can't rip out various pages and hand them in, I'll look for the answers via the D2L site. Write the answers down in a Word document and send it my way. 2 exercises within the first 2 weeks of class are posted online under the Quiz tab. Remember, I don't accept late work. You will take a total of 21 quizzes. You cannot make these up. Each quiz will be posted 1 week before it is due. All quizzes are due by midnight on Thursdays. Your final portfolio will be 8 polished stories. You'll put all 8 into a Word document, arranged number 1 to number 8. Post photos on the D2L site separately as JPEGs. Distance learning does require a higher level of individual responsibility and initiative than traditional classroom-based education. You'll need to manage your own time carefully. Get a good planner. That will help a lot. Don't wait until the day before the assignments are due to complete them. Give yourself an hour or 2 a day to work on the class. Late assignments are not accepted. If you have questions about something, don't email me the day the assignment is due and expect to get help in time for you to complete the assignments. It will take me at least 24 hours to get back to you. Always look ahead and contact me a few days before. I look forward to working with you in this class.